Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where we have a pretty good start this game, I think, but I definitely have some concerns. So number one, I've been looking at the situation over here, trying to figure out what is the right play with purple and pink. We know purple is Kapaku, and I don't really have a great sense of how much they are a victory threat. I suspect they must be pretty good, given all of their industry bonuses and stuff. So, the reason I'm trying to figure this out is that we want to have friends. It is important to have friendly empires. But what we would really like to do, ideally, is figure out who's going to be in 3rd or 4th place and make friends with that guy. I don't want to be doing anything to help the enemy player who is most likely to win. My problem here is that I don't know who that is. Purple is definitely a concern, because Vaulters are a strong faction, they're good at the science victory, they're good at the military victory, and, generally speaking, I feel like the Vaulter AI is very aggressive. I don't actually know if there's different AI for the different factions, or if it's just that, because the different factions are going to a different amount of different things, the single AI that they all use treats them differently. But my experience has definitely been that Vaulters always attack their neighbors fairly early in the game. So, what I'm considering here, to cut a long discussion of strategy short, what I'm considering here is just going to settle this region. Soon. Maybe right away. And the reason I'm thinking about that is that we can, if this is coast, and we can't tell if it is or not right now, it might be that this is an inland lake, but if this is actual coast, we can limit Purple's ability to settle north, prevent them from settling up around us, which they absolutely will do if we let them, and probably put them into direct territory conflict with Pink. Now, doing that is also going to put them into territory conflict with us, and they might declare war on us. So if we go for this strategy, we do have to also focus on building up our military afterward, making sure that we have soldiers around Nakloran and the new city, because they are going to come after us, probably. But if we can make them unable to settle cleanly, and then we or Purple can weather the first wave of their attempts to expand by conquering, we can probably push them out of the game entirely. And strangling a Vaulter player in the crib, so to speak, is a really good move. I do not want to have to deal with their nonsense when they're getting their Techno-Lover bonus on Tier 2 Adamantian and Palladian weapons. So, I think that's the plan. I think we want to do that. Which is to say that I think we're going to build a settler right now. We probably don't need to be so influence-focused. I would expect that sometime in the next 10 turns or so, we're going to see Religious Fervor fire, which is going to take care of our influence problems. How many turns are we from our... Okay, we're 4 turns from level 2, and then it's probably going to be 6 turns, 5 or 6 turns from 2 to 3. So we're quite a ways off of moving our Empire plan forward, our faction quest, rather. Alright, you are headed that way to do stuff over there. Maria's getting its sewers up. We are currently happy. We do have to be a little wary. We want to maintain at least happiness as we continue to expand. And really what I would like to do is grab this region and then grab something over here to prevent blue from settling around us. Just sort of secure all of this area as potential expansion space. But we need to do way more scouting up here. I have no idea where we would want to settle. So I'm going to have this guy just try to get away from these units. I don't know where they're going to go, but we can at least move to here and scout this ruin for sure, after retreating, of course. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I guess you could go to here. We have better vision from here, because it's a little taller. I'm not sure if that actually works that way. I don't know if elevation gives you more vision. I think it doesn't, actually. Whatever. Alright, so let's continue to expand. We're going to continue to expand while working really, really hard to continue keeping our people reasonably happy. Okay, we managed to juke around the Vaulters here, which is nice. We're not going to lose this unit. Finding nothing in those ruins is real crappy. The Emeralds end, but we were not reliant on them to be happy. The other way we can manage this is we can become temporary friends with purple. It's an interesting prospect. I wonder if we should do that. Build extractors to get stuff. Okay, that's cool. We have a spice deposit in our territory already. And we know there's wine up here in this region. Oh, and we have wine in Emerea, right. Yeah, okay, that quest is actually a pretty good find. Not that I wouldn't have preferred dust. Alright, so we have enough money to buy Alchemist Furnace. Buying Alchemist Furnace will move us up into the next era, but let's talk about this first. These guys cost 158 industry. We just started building them last turn, so we know that the amount that they have on them right now is 42 industry. Over the next 3 turns, we'll generate another 126, bringing us to a total of 168 industry committed to this settler. So that means that I don't want to buy us this tech and move into the next era. And the reason for that is that when we buy the tech and move into the next era, all of our units in production will upgrade, and all of our units built thereafter will be... Let me start again. I'm not coming at this right. When you build a unit, its base level is equal to your current era. Right now we build level 1 units. If I buy us into era 2, we will build level 2 units instead. Unlike changes to the unit design, that change takes place even on units that are currently in the build queue, and higher level units have higher industry costs. I don't know how much it increases by, but it definitely increases, and we've seen that a couple of times in games where we had a military unit that was close to finishing, and then we switched eras and it added like 2 turns to the unit. So I don't know exactly how much it's going to increase its influence cost by, but if it increases it by more, or industry cost, but if it increases it by more than 10, this settler will take an extra turn to produce for no benefit, because it does not help us for the settler to be level 2. So, I'm going to delay moving into the next era until after the settler completes, so that we get our settler in 3 turns instead of 4, so that we can get over here and figure this out. And speaking of getting over here and figure this out, we need to make sure this guy gets some vision. We need to explore a little bit. We do see some escaped specimens already. Pretty easy to imagine we want to settle near that. Okay. Nakloran has lots and lots of stuff that it's currently building. I'm wondering if we maybe want to change some of this to military stuff. Like, Nakloran is going to be potentially in a lot of danger here. We definitely need to be thinking about that when positioning our military units. We probably also need these guys to, like, come back home. That said, I think we have a little bit of time. I'm going to come back home along this way. This is just river, right? Yeah, inland waters. Or not river, but lake, rather. So yeah, we can come back around here. We can get a little bit more vision while still moving back toward Nakloran. Okay, so... we don't have a hero in Nakloran. Do I maybe want to save dust for buying a hero instead of buying the next tech right away? Maybe we should move the Archivist to Nakloran, actually. Nakloran does not have a river, and so we would lose the food that we're generating from Irrigation Expert, which is actually only 2. We're only exploiting 2 river spots right now. But Nakloran is going to have the altar, and that means that Narrative Master here will be a little bit more effective, and we do need influence. And also, the hero being in Nakloran gives Nakloran a little bit of extra defense. I think I probably do want to do that, but we're going to hang out until the settler's done for the XP boost from finishing the settler. The settlers are a relatively high cost thing, so it's worth a lot of XP to the governor of the city that builds it. And honestly, there's a pretty non-zero chance that when Lodera finishes this, we just go directly into another settler so we can cap off our empire on this side. And then we have this really long, narrow empire that's hard to defend, which is a shame. But we'll just have to prioritize empire roads. We'll just have to prioritize, what is that tech called? Imperial highways. Yeah. This is a really bad shape for an empire. I don't care for that at all. But it is important that we settle in a place where we can stop blue from getting in behind us. And we could just take like Chisas or something to avoid adding length to our empire, but hard to imagine I don't want that wine deposit. And we don't even know what this region is yet. Yeah, alright. We have a general plan. We have a direction. It is a little bit of a shame that it turns out to be way better to build our altar here than here, because it would be nice to get the food bonus and narrative master both working. Who are you guys and what do you want? You are a group of heiresses, and what you want is to not talk to me right now. Fair enough. I understand that. I don't even always want to talk to me. Okay, another ruin to be had. Also, for some reason, all of our Empire ruins are glowing blue as though they were eclipsed, despite the fact that there is not currently an eclipse up. Sometimes this happens. So wait, we had an eclipse and a winter already, right? Yeah, we must have had a winter already because I have pearls. So there's probably going to be another eclipse pretty soon, actually, with the winter being in 5 to 25 turns. Okay, that's another thing we got to think about. Positioning our units to take advantage of that. We have a fair number of ruins that are pretty close together. Like, this guy probably wants to look around for Empire ruins over here, or Temple ruins over here, and then start moving back toward Nakloran. Alright, come on, Lucky Ruins. We got 2 searches to go through this turn. Somebody finished building the museum here on 27. It's not super early or super late. An army roaming Glanda has 15 glass steel. Boy, do I not care about that. I believe it is the case that the army roaming quest army will not attack your cities. It'll attack your units if it finds them, if you have an army and it can locate them. But the quest that spawns an army that is described as an avenging army, if it cannot find your army to fight, it will just beeline to your nearest city and attack that. And I believe that does not occur with this quest. Which is good, because I'm not really in position to deal with that kind of nonsense. Actually, this settler might be able to pick up this temple ruin for us, depending on when the eclipse timing is. Provided we get one. Alright, so our lord just got the XP boost for being present in the city while it finished that. Now I'll move him over here and get the XP boost from this thing. We're now level 2, so where are we at on time? 6 turns. That's a little longer than I would like. But we'll be able to move our faction quest forward on turn 34. Search 2, man. You know what I don't need is a huge amount of glass steel. Right, I'm going to veer north a little bit. I want to try to figure out which region is right to settle in. So in this region we see a dye deposit and some glass steel. Also, Ursus. Ursus make a good assimilate. Although I suppose we already know that we're assimilating Vaulters. Not Vaulters, Delvers. Alright. In this city, I suppose we just build a military unit, or we can make that settler happen. I think I want to make that happen. That's pretty fast. Okay. So, we have enough resources to push up to Alchemist's Furnace this turn. 158 versus 46, so actually, we're going to produce in 3 turns. Oh, I don't know exactly how much overflow we have from the last thing we built. Because in 3 turns, we're producing 138 industry. So we probably will slow down this settler too if I buy us up another tech tier. Can the Alchemist Furnace wait? Let's see, I wouldn't start building the extractors in Nakloran yet, because I want to get access to the mineral-rich tile. We could start building the extractor in Lodera this turn, if we bought the tech. But we also could just finish making a military unit. It doesn't really slow us down that much. Yeah, okay. I'm going to delay it one more time for the same reasons as last time. They're showing us Marines with 66 attack, 51 damage. Those are actually kind of impressive. And Berdecki with 38 attack, 37. Okay, so not very dangerous, these ones. Okay, that's interesting. We have spices in this region. So if we're delaying this technology a little bit, can I buy a hero? We buy a hero next turn. Anything like super fascinating here? There is a Tinu the Chosen. We could buy another Forgotten hero, have them govern temporarily, and then transfer them into spying later. Also, we could buy damage boost, initiative boost hero, and just have this one be an army leader, since we're thinking about military stuff. Honestly, that might even be the right call. The more I think about that, the more I like it. Yeah, we might do that. Okay, where are we going to settle over here? Well, the escaped specimens are right near a spice deposit. There is Mutant Marsh down here, but Mutant Marsh is mostly a science-boosting anomaly, and also I don't really want to build that far away from the city. This area looks pretty good to me. Can we get a little bit more vision? Okay, there's an Erisys village there. There's some exotics up here. Might be a little bit awkward to access. Yeah, I don't really want to build up here. Well, with there being no dust at all, and a lot of these tiles only being 2 resources. Here and here both look like good spots to me. So that is the direction we will send our settler in. Figure out precisely where later, but this seems like a pretty good start. And our settler is stealthed, remember, so it's less dangerous to like run along the outside of our territory than it would be with some factions, because the minor faction armies would have to stumble on us, like directly onto us, before they could attack us. Okay. I have hope. I have hope in my heart. Doing my best to have hope in my heart, despite the fact that I find it an unnatural and discomforting proposition. I feel like there's probably some sort of philosophically significant thing I could say here about having hope in your heart on the Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but unfortunately I'm too aware of how Martin Luther King Jr. was regarded in his day and how his life ended to necessarily regard his story as a hopeful one. They still don't want to negotiate. Okay, somebody else finally got technical training. Turn 29. Honestly, it is possible we could have picked that up. If we were smart about it and we made an effort to fight people near our territory, or near our cities. Bring 8 glass steel to this Ursus tribe. Well, 8's not a lot. We have a ton of glass steel. We might not end up settling this region, but also we might. Yeah, you know what? Let's just give it to him. Give ourselves the option of picking up a lot of population there on the cheap. 5 titanium. So, I'm seeing here an igloo larvae really close to a mineral rich on top of the wine deposits. Like, that's a pretty good settle. And there's a ruin here, and there's some pearls. Region definitely calls to us. Alright, come on, Dust Eclipse. This would be like an extremely convenient time for a Dust Eclipse. And then once we put down our city, we can just attack this Erisys village. I'll probably have the soldier here look around a little bit while we're waiting for the settler to approach. Also, Spiral Rock Peel. That's a good thing. This region's interesting. Like, if we get Costrian, and then we take Guiron or Iapoli here, we have this nice little backfield of regions that nobody else is likely to touch. We'll be in a pretty good position there to expand our economy, provided that we don't get taken over in the interim. We gotta be wary. Alright, let's look at these heroes. It is worth noting that it is turn 29. A new batch of heroes will appear in the market on turn 31. So we could delay a little bit spending the dust, just to see how we feel about that. But also, man, it feels really important to buy one of these 2 Forgotten heroes. I think we probably have to do this. This is going to delay our tech even further. There's not a lot of benefit to us being Era 2 right now, honestly. Except that we want to start getting Era 2 technologies. So you are a pretty great governor. And you are a pretty great military commander. And the thing is, we do want to have another spy. But also, like, and there's a big advantage to having a Forgotten as your military commander, in that the Forgotten character has stealth and so does not reveal the position of your army, whereas having a non-Forgotten character as your leader will, unless you equip the stealth accessory, which is not, it's not what you want to be doing with your hero's accessory slots. I'm worried enough about purple attacking us that I think I'm going to go this way. I think Sable Blade Ayu Ado is super good. Really, really good lord. And then we are immediately going to equip this person over here, probably. This is going to be the best place for us to generate XP. And like I said, we're moving this army in the direction of Naklarand. We're just scouting a little bit on the way. I love that we found another temple ruin. I think we can take 2 Saratan with this army pretty easily. Now that we have a melee unit, it should be actually very easy. Yeah, okay. Still feeling pretty good about like a large number of different things that are happening here. Alright, Naklarand is big and powerful, and now we have access to the altar screen, so let's look at that. -1 terrain, -1 dust on terrain with dust, -1 luxury, or -1 resource on luxury extractors, but +1 on strategic extractors. Okay, so this is likely to happen. We don't have enough pearls to contribute even a single prayer. This is not the end of the world. This would be okay for us. And actually, with us having buffed luxury extractors, so we still get some luxuries during the winter, this is actually probably the ideal outcome for us. Nice that the AI just did the thing I would have wanted. So I want to search that, but I also just want to get a little bit more of a look around. Really, there's Mycordia here as well. Here, let's go up here, we'll talk to this village, and then we'll move back down. Boy. That is a second wine deposit, isn't it? There's 2 wine deposits in this region. Your next empire plan, don't put influence in the military ministry, but set economy and population to at least level 1. We can probably do that. We can probably do that. So to be clear, the economy and population ministry level 1 is this thing. 120 influence, and it'll be more because we're going to have 1 more city. Boy. Do we need to put some people on influence? Because I'm going to want to do a spy thing in 4 turns. And like I said, I do expect to see... I do expect to see religious fervor, but we haven't seen it yet. And that does make me a little nervous. See, for this part, it's a little bit of a shame that we're not yet level 2. Or we're not yet Era 2. I would like to be producing level 2 military units now after the settler is complete. I don't think it was smart to pass up that hero, though. I think we made the right move there. I'm going to grab these pearls. This might delay our settle move by 1 turn. But it also means I don't have to worry about coming back to get those. You are just going to keep looking around. Okay, not much of interest. So here in the capital, I think we probably want to build an assassin rather than another archer, because our army's pretty archer heavy at the moment. So next turn would be the first turn that we might potentially want to buy Alchemist Furnace. And I'm fingers crossed for an eclipse soon. Maybe once we finish this guy in Emeroya, we move Emeroya's population to influence. We can probably afford to do that with everybody who doesn't have to be on here to get us to 1 turn. Yeah, because Emeroya doesn't have anything of terrible import to build. Alright, this way we should be cool on influence even if religious fervor starts super late. Okay, and that is the eclipse lighting. Our eclipse is going to be next turn. You can move to right here. Hold on. Where am I putting down? Let's figure this out. This is going to be an important piece of information. So right there, 913.4. Right here is 911.5. I think I value the 2 points of industry. Also, if I put down here, I'm actually up on top of this cliff, which means armies in these locations won't be able to attack the city unless they have flying units in them, which is pretty great for defense, actually. I like that a lot. So, this is the settle location. The reason I wanted to do this was to figure out if me stopping here is going to actually add a turn to our move or not, and it looks like it's not, right? This is turn 3, or we can move to right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there's absolutely no reason not to have our settler just sit right here. And that means we don't have to bring this unit over here right away, and we can instead grab these pearls and talk to this miner faction. They have given us a centaur unit to use to... I love this quest. Okay, so we're going to pin this. We must spread the word. I love quests that give you free stuff. Free centaur unit is pretty cool. Alright, so where are the villages? They are here. Jesus. And here, and here. Okay, that's not Costrian, that's outside of Costrian. So, I'm noticing that we have a little bit of intel over here because of Accursed Bounty. Wait, what? Oh, right, the competitive quest. Okay, so this is telling us that the green player is down here. We can see their border and their coloration in this area. This tells us that either this is multiple land masses or there's a lot of land down this way for purple to expand into, which means actually us taking Costrian might not put us into conflict with purple right away, because it might be that they could just settle this way, although they may end up fighting their green neighbors to do so. So now the question is, how much do we care about this quest? Like, do I actually want to do this, or do we just say, hey, thanks for the pretty good unit, and just use it to scout? My inclination is the latter, given how extremely far away some of these villages are. But you know, scouting in directions that reveal players to us is a valuable thing to do anyway. Let's have him run through the center of our territory, because we have a couple of temple ruins over here, right? He can pick up some eclipse ruins for us, while going generally in the direction of the quest village. I think that's a fine way to do this, and then that means this guy can scout up here a little bit. Although he does need to be in position to start the battle with the Erisys village, so he can't go very far. You guys probably need to work on coming home. I should have moved to here. I could have gone to here and then ended my turn there. Well, whatever. We'll take a slightly inefficient move here to make sure we get the pearls. And you are intentionally not going anywhere. The Delvers are going to finish. We are going to search enough Eclipse Ruins next turn that it's very, very likely we'll get Alchemist Furnace up. You get to pop this Settler out, and he heads in this general direction. I'm still not 100% sure where we want to... It's got to be up here, right? As much as I like dies and some number of versus villages already pacified, we don't know how many, I don't know that I want to set down another city anytime soon. Like, we might want to take a little break on the settling to make sure our empire approval is in a good spot. And if we're not going to settle Eopoli shortly after Guiron, then I think we settle Eopoli instead of Guiron. Because this region seems very good to me. It'll give us coast access. There's a fortress up here that we get to solo, and that's certainly a concern. Yeah. Right, assuming that this, another fortress over here. So we don't actually know the shape of the landmass. If it ends like here, although we know this is a land region. But if it, if the coast has a lot of northern ocean, then it's probably not necessarily safe from whoever the naval player is. But if the landmass is more like this, and the only way to access this is a narrow strait, the AI might never find it, and so we might be able to get a sea region without having to try very hard. So that also increases the value of settling northern Eopoli. Okay, Let us hit the thing. Sorry, I'm playing kind of slow today. Somehow I still managed to miss things. Right. Playing kind of slow today because I'm trying to make sure we're not missing stuff for no reason. Yeah, and I guess you can get to work on a military unit. Military unit that is not a super high priority. Sure do need influence. 3 turns off of the textile. Hopefully we will not get found out on that. That's weird. This ruin isn't even showing up on the map. Fun. Nope. Didn't manage to get away. Okay. Yeah, why is this ruin not on my map at all? Okay, now it is. Weird. 80 dust. Pretty good start. Okay, sure. If you want to move around that way, that's fine. So our centaur is a lot better than these centaurs. Because remember, we discovered that that they wear all dust tier 1. Or rather, they have dust tier 1 weapons and weapon and shield. But even so, I don't know if I want to fight this battle. These guys have a lot more health than I do. Yeah, and I'm just like, we'll have plenty of time to regen health after we retreat here. Okay, so what is the best way for you to get back to Ladera? Okay, you know you can't run through the enemy unit. I will never understand why they do that. They try to path in places that they know they can't. So I guess we actually really want this guy just to come back down here. I guess we can go around the top. See if we get vision of a ruin or anything. Because we want to start a fight with this Eris's village probably next turn. $80 dust, 90 dust, 40 dust is a pretty good set of searches. Why are you not going? Huh. Is there something in that... Oh, there's something in that space. We can't see it because of the dust blizzard. But that's the only explanation for this. Well, that's crummy. Hold on, we'll figure out what to do with that in a second. Who else has movement? Oh, no, it's just you two who have movement. Well, we definitely want to grab Alchemist Furnace now. Move up to Era 2. Will we just go down around this way, I guess? Yeah, I think we have to. We can fight that Saratan army later. I guess you just merge up for a turn. Alright, Delver Village finished, Delver Village under construction, and we are looking at Era 2 technologies. So, there are a couple of things that leap right out to me as being pretty important. Number 1, Central Market, right? Keeping our approval up while continuing to expand. Number 2, alchemical alloys and meritocratic promotions, for obvious reasons, like these are the techs that will help keep us safe from purple, or rather help us murder purple. And then with our empire being so weird and long and narrow, obviously Imperial Highways is a pretty good play. Not really sure what to do here next. It's also something to be said for diplomats, mans. We want to have friends. Want to have at least one friend. We still want to go back and get Dust Sense and Cultivation, obviously. Also, Open Pit Mine's really important to us. Jesus, we have a lot of stuff to pick up. Alright, we're probably not going to have the Dust to buy a tech before we have the Influence to steal one. Or the Infiltration, rather, to steal one. So I guess let's see what we get from the steal, and that'll help inform our decisions. Alright, we're not in any big hurry on any of our moves here. No. Okay. I want to search this ruin and then get out of this region as quickly as possible at the beginning of this turn, just in case there is a hostile minor faction army here. Get to safety, quickly. If we search this temple ruin with a strong infantry hero, we can get the Shard of Icariel. That's interesting, because we actually do have a strong infantry hero who would really benefit from the Shard of Icariel. We don't have any stuff to pop or anything. Yeah, let's just put down this city quickly before purple can take the region. What did I do? Oh, we can assimilate the heiresses. Oh, because this village is destroyed, isn't it? Yeah. We saw pink burn it down through the... Or purple, rather. Burn it down through the fog of war earlier. Do I want to move... No, Nachapsessa probably wants to stay where he is. I was thinking, before we attack, obviously, if we were going to move a hero into the city, it would make sense to do it then, so that we get XP for the battle. Oh, now they'll give us a quest. Sign a peace treaty within the next 10 turns for exotic armor. Jesus Christ. Okay. Turns out we're not destroying them after all. And we need peace tech. Yeah, man, that would be really nice to get. Also, we did not actually assimilate the Delvers yet. We probably ought to. It's a 5% dust boost, but like, how much influence are we going to need to negotiate this peace treaty? We need 209 dust, so we're actually going to be able to afford the tech like right away. Yeah, that's interesting. Alright, let's make sure we get these into the queue here. Actually, the titanium one is probably higher priority, given how much glass steel we have. I'll get this in the queue as well, just so I don't forget about it. Yeah, alright. So it turns out we're going to need a lot of influence. That's pretty important. Austrian is a danger if Purple decides they need to attack us, but it's nice to have it, you know, walled off from the lower area. I kind of want to have this guy just run over to Naclaran and live in the Naclaran garrison. In fact, let's have this Predator do that as well. Oh, I suppose we can just search these ruins now, right? Just in case this thing is not... just in case the eclipse ends this turn. 85 dust. Awesome. I want to also grab this one. I guess so. This guy's not... He's not going there urgently. This does cut a little bit of value. 130. Cut a little bit of value out of the Centaur's trip, but... we needed to go in this direction anyway. And this one has not been researched, right? Yeah, you can tell that's searchable because it's literally invisible. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Alright, so we have a roaming army here. I think I'm going to go fight them, actually. Because we're going to need them dead anyway for settling the region. So let's move to here. Have the settler... I was pretty sure I had the settler selected there. Just the settler. Obviously, you are not part of the army. Not really a lot of technique to apply here, I think. Or hero only has 2 movement. And we just work this guy over as quickly and efficiently as possible. Seratan are not very good fighters. They can be dangerous once you have a lot of gear and stats, and in a sense that's kind of a silly thing to say because it's true of every unit. But Driders get powerful in a sort of a weird and different way because of the fact that their heal, the amount that they heal for, is based on their damage output. And it's a pretty decent percentage of their damage output. A high-level Drider with a bunch of gear on actually heals for enough that it's a real problem. We're definitely focusing you on leading the army. Whereas with a lot of healing units, the heal is not... Even once you're geared up, the heal is not great. It's not worth spending a lot of time worrying about. Drider heals get powerful. Oh, right. We did have to talk to these guys. Well, okay, it does say using a Centaur unit. So we're probably... I mean, we're not doing Marathon, right? I'm not going all the way down here for this. Yeah, this guy's just a scout, so I'm not too stressed. Alright, let us push on bravely to the next turn. I guess let us get Diplomat's Mance. There's no sense in waiting. We know we need it. No, there is sense in waiting. I should wait until I've done the textile. There's a piece of information here. available to us. We might be able to steal this and then instead pick up, like, luxury resource extractors, which definitely has a lot of value for us. Okay, so we got 15 die. It's not enough to do anything with. Somebody built the megapole on turn 34. Who's building all this stuff? Turns out it was Red who built both of them. We don't know anything about Red, right? No, Red is the one player whose position is still a mystery to us. Yeah, we don't have any glimpses of them through the fog or anything. Alright, well, that's something we're going to have to rectify with our Centaur here. Centaur needs to run in the direction of the mysterious ruin. Hopefully we get one more turn of Dust Eclipse here. You are definitely headed in this direction because I am scared. Not a lot of fancy decision-making going on over here. We do have to figure out exactly where I want to settle. Oh, really? There's steel stalks, too. Okay. So... 14-6-11 with 20 approval. 18-2-9 with 10 approval. 18-4-8 with 10 approval. 15-11-7. Jesus. Gotta be this one, right? Yeah. There's a titanium deposit up here. There's weaver worms. What is going on in this region? This is amazing. This is still right, but man, we have some good burrow building opportunities here. Hold on. We just got enough dies, exactly enough dies to pop a booster. Apparently we had some dies sitting around, so let's make sure we do that before I settle. We might even stay happy through this settle, because the new city has 20 approval right away. That's a remote, difficult-to-defend location, but holy crap is it good. I think I'm okay with letting the birth happen a little bit slower to get the mill foundry. Definitely doing that. Empire approval did drop, like, really far. So we need Central Market, and we need it soon. Alright, let's do our textile. Central Market and Imperial Highways are both available, as is Open Pit Mine. Alright, let's take Central Market. Did we get found? We did not get found. Awesome. And then purchase Diplomat's Manse. And then we gotta make peace with somebody. We also need to actually get this army back over to the front. Do we see a third? No, there are only 2 Saratan villages here. No, never mind. There's a third one. Oh, there's an undiscovered tile right there. Man, what a good region. 3 villages and everything. Okay, so we want to make sure we have enough influence for that Empire plan, which at this point is going to be 100. So yeah, we're like extremely clear on that. In fact, we're extremely clear enough that we can go ahead and assimilate those Delvers as well. And we are finishing that Delver village this turn, so we're going to be at plus 10% dust output. Pretty good. But you know what we need to do? We need to, now that we are in Era 2, we need to fix our unit designs up a little bit. Nothing fancy just yet. Obviously, I would love to get to fancy, though. So I assume that retrofit's going to be a little bit too costly. We always need a lot of dust, don't we? So the next thing we want is it alchemical alloys or meritocratic promotion? It's probably alloys first. Yeah, and we gotta get strong here. We gotta get ready for purple being really mad at us. Okay, so pink took cyan. Purple, yeah, purple's gonna freak out on somebody, and it's gonna happen soon. Well, full speed ahead. I think we're probably gonna... I was going to say there, we're probably going to stop doing stuff, or stop spending dust on things that are not retrofitting. We do still need alchemical alloys pretty badly. We probably will have our hero steel tech again at level 2, since we know they have open pit mine. That'll be a good way for us to get luxuries going. And then we'll have tons of wine and spices coming in. Yeah, because we now have 2 spice deposits in our territory and 3 wine deposits, right? Yeah, man. It's going to be real good. So alchemical alloys and meritocratic promotion and upgrades are all making demands on our dust right now. We got to keep building military units. We got to keep building approval bonuses. We need these central markets like extremely badly. Definitely your next priority. Probably the extractors. Well, no, I don't think that's true. Because we're not going to be actually building stuff out of those resources for a little while yet. So yeah, here let's put the central market, because we don't have alchemical alloys. Okay, so 4 turns. 4 turns until we get level 2. And at some point soon, Gulayawa... Oh yeah, really soon. Gulayawa's going to hit the next level up and get Lord of the Trance, which will speed up the process. Quite a bit, in fact. Okay, so we want to pull people out of Emaroya, or pull people out of influence on Emaroya and back to industry pretty soon. Can we do it right now? We're still getting 13 per turn. We need to have 28 influence available in 4 turns, plus 100 influence in 6 turns. So we're going to end up at 130 something right now. Yeah, we're cool. Everything's fine. We're good. We can focus on actually building this out. God, I can't wait to have all that wine. I wonder how long we have before purple declares. It would have been nice if we could have done this without meeting purple, so they couldn't declare on us. Okay, that'll help a little bit. I mean, obviously, they would have come into our territory and met us, regardless of how I felt about that, at some point. Grab this movement conflux next turn. You are definitely just running. Yeah, there's no potential ruins to explore up there. We do get this ruin this turn. I am going to search it with the Centaur, even though it might be better to get it with the hero for XP purposes, just because we don't know for sure that the Eclipse will allow 25 wine, you say. It's a shame we didn't get that last turn. Now we need 5 more than that to get a booster off, but that's pretty good. That's a pretty good find. It means we will be able to wine boost very shortly after building the extractors. You are headed to Naclaran. We gotta toughen Naclaran up a little bit. It does have a hero, so that's good for defense. We'll get a couple more units in there. Granted, they're going to have to be better units than the ones we're seeing here. So where are we at? We're at 47 minutes? Okay, we can keep playing for a little while longer. Man, I really wish that religious fervor had gone off. I don't think it ever doesn't happen. It's just happening really late for us. Which unfortunately meant having some people devoted to influence on. I would rather have had them on industry. But it is what it is. Okay, Lord of the Trance. Help us with our 5 extra infiltration points. Help us get our thing going a little faster. So yeah, that did take a turn off of our textile. Okay, that has failed to happen. Yeah, part of the danger with actually attempting to do Marathon is that if any of the villages get destroyed, you don't get the quest. So you have 6 movement left. We already searched this, right? Yeah. Like, it's possible that there's, like, temple ruins up here. Now that we're fast, we may as well go look around. Okay, probably we're not going to see anything particularly valuable. Turns out we would have gotten to search this ruin with the hero, but hey, what are you going to do? We could not safely make that assumption. Oh, hello. Alright, well, if we get one more turn of Eclipse, we get to search another Eclipse Temple. And I mean, that's a ruin we've never searched before, so we get that value anyway. No matter what. You get into this ruin, or into this city. So we really do want to save dust for important things. We cannot use it to push through constructions. But man, I want to so badly. Probably we need to get Empire Mint after the sewer system, and that's probably true in both of those cities. We at least have good food growth in the other city. You get some population going pretty quickly here. And the markets finishing in these two cities will be big, because those cities are our biggest population centers, right? Yeah, Emeroya's almost got theirs too. Okay, we've now properly met Blue. Blue is the person... Oh, right! I spaced on the fact that we were trying to make a peace treaty. We need to put people back on influence, because I need influence for treaties. Get attacked somewhere, we'll deal with it. This is pretty lucky. Got 85 dust and then nothing. I am not going to complain about 85 dust. Oh man, even more ruins. You. Oh, you're the one who got attacked. You have enough health to survive that. Get away from my ruin. Okay, they did the Eclipse search, but we still got the normal search, which yielded nothing. Cool. And you, I don't... Hold on. Hold on, I don't know what to do with you yet. Let's talk to Blue about peace. But what if we were buddies, though? Okay, they will let me buy peace off of them for a very, very low price. Yeah, we'll give them some glass steel. 10? Okay, way less than that. Alright, Blue and I are going to be friends. So that gives us this quest, which will pacify that... Man, it pacifies that tribe and gives us, like, one of the best techs in the game. I love Tier 3 armor. Not because I love armor, but because I love Tier 3 trinkets. Alright, so now that we're at peace, they will not attack us again, so we can just continue scouting. So... we have our tech steal to do this turn. Hopefully they won't be too mad about this, but I need open pit mine. Please don't be discovered? Damn it. Okay. Well, that's going to damage our peace relations. Fortunately, we got the treaty signed before that happened. You produced an assassin, and that assassin is going to Nakloran. And then we need to get open pit mine buildings going. So... like, how much of a priority is that? Obviously, it'd be pretty good to get the wine ones established at the very least. Like, Emeroya needs to do this. 137, unfortunately, is kind of a lot of dust, actually. Eopoli needs to get wine extractors up. So the first... once we have 2 wine extractors up, we're pulling 4 wine per turn out of the ground, or 2 per turn in winter. That is really high priority. Like, that might be higher priority than the sewer system here. It's really important that we get that wine running. Okay. So actually, we need to kill this army. So we can pop the Predator out here and do that real fast. And then once we have alchemical alloys, from there we'll have to devote dust mostly to retrofitting. I had to take it easy on the techs for a little while. So if we want to hit 100, and we do want to hit 100 influence for this, we are now going to have to reassign some people to influence. It's hard for me to want to do that in any of the places where we can. I guess this is the spot. So 36. We actually need to generate 72. It doesn't have to be quite this much. 27 gets us 71. Okay, so that's what it has to be. Still get the wine extractor in 3. And this the first wine extractor here is going to be up in like probably 6-ish. Remember, the mill foundry is going to make this run a little faster. Okay, so we're not too far off of having a bustling economy of luxury goods, fine luxury goods with which we can treat ourselves. Man, I hope purple doesn't attack us right away. Just like wait 10 turns, you know? We're close. We're close to being ready for fight. For fight? For fighting. Close to being ready to fight. I'm gonna wait right here. Those guys can see me. They'll come to me. Yeah. I am sorry about the spying. That's my bad. Exotic armor and pacification. Purple has warned us because they want to declare war on me, but they don't want to spend all of their influence doing so. And we get to attack these guys right here with both of the city garrisons, so that's pretty cool. Now, these guys are not going to be anywhere near in range. Okay. So we probably want to set our Predator up, yeah, like back here, just as far away from them as possible. Let the city garrisons do most of the work here. These guys have 2 move. I mean, you probably want to be all focused on one of them at a time, right? Sure, I'm moving away from him as much as possible. Alright, we won't get to kill the other Eris's army quite as hard as this one, but it's still going to be probably very easy. A Predator plus 2 militia should be more than a match for 2 Eris's. Alright, we got some XP on our hero for free there. That's pretty cool. You still get to do an initial search on that. Wait, hold on. Did I not search this ruin yet? No, I did. It's just, yeah, it's sparkly because the graphical effects are kind of screwed up right now. Alright, what is your deal? Your deal is 70 dust. What a lovely deal. It's one of the best deals I've ever seen. Then we know, okay, so you probably should head back toward Naclaran. Everybody should head toward Naclaran as quickly as possible. Purple has made their intentions known to us. Oh, do I already have a quest from these guys, maybe? I totally do. That's right. They want me to give them dust. Too bad. I don't have any dust. Big secret. It turns out I never have enough money. Game's sort of like real life in that way. Not that it is not possible to have enough money in real life, but I don't think I ever will. Alright, could we get this done in 1 turn? Actually, I move people back over. Because we'll have a turn after that to focus on putting out influence. Although winter's going to start any minute now, and this will not actually be valuable during the winter. It's probably not going to provide us with the amount of wine we need before winter. It's theoretically possible for winter to be 5 turns away. I'm wondering if maybe that's like, maybe I want to focus way more on influence, actually, and get above and beyond what we need for the Empire plan, because we're going to need enough influence for the peace deal, which we hope to be able to make. You know what? I'm actually going to pop the Sable Blade over to here. I should have done that before that last battle. We could have been generating XP. Alright, this is definitely the next thing I am thinking about, tech-wise, but at this point, buying technology is harsh. Right, so they haven't started a roundup yet. We want to keep an eye on that one. Let's do one more turn. I'm looking over at the clock here and seeing that we're just about at the hour. We'll wipe out this other minor faction army, and we will prepare for war, which will probably be declared on us during the next episode. I assume they're going to want to wait until their warning is yielding some significant influence discount. Alright, this should be pretty straightforward. Hero's a good fighter, and these guys are slow and bad. They're not bad, but they are slow. Nope, I did not have enough not have enough initiative to do the plan I was trying to do there. Well, that's inconvenient. I guess we're fighting this one. And because our hero is now in an army in which he is not alone, we don't have to worry about him dying. Because he'll just last stand, unless the Predator also dies. Man, those things are loud. I guess, you know, an animal of that size is going to be pretty noisy, even if it doesn't roar all the time. Back to Nakloran with you. Everybody. Everybody run. Alright, let's make sure we have a lot of units in the garrison here. I want to project strength. I want them to think twice about attacking me. Because if they attack me, we're talking about a war where I am trying to survive. If they attack Pink, we're talking about a war where they might get murdered. And I would love it if the Vaulter player was just, like, completely out of the game. Alright, so hopefully Religious Fervor will come up soon. This is pretty late for it. I'm surprised it's not happening already. But yeah, I think this would be a good place to leave it for today. So we're going to have enough influence to push this Empire plan, which I think will be a valuable one. This is a good time for us to do this. And it will incidentally pacify 3 villages in our newest region. Which is pretty cool. We're not going to get anything else for that, right? It's just the pacification? Yeah, that's fine. Right, we have what I think is a pretty powerful empire, although it is long and very spread out, which is a real problem for defense. Now, it's way more dangerous to have a long spread out empire that is pressed up against the border of another player. You can get in a lot of trouble. Like, if Blue had all this territory, the AI generates so many units, and they generate them with all of their cities, that when you get into a war like that, you're going to see enemies coming across your border everywhere. As it is now, although we have a long, narrow, and difficult to defend empire, our surface area with any particular enemy nation is pretty small. So, like, when Purple attacks, we know they're almost certainly just going to Nakloran because Kostrian's awkward to fight. And even if they do go to Kostrian, we'll have plenty of time to respond due to all the forest. But so we're not in as much danger as you can be from building this kind of shape. But we got to make sure we get roads after a meritocratic promotion so that we have the ability to move around our empire. And then we still need Glory of Empire pretty badly as well. I still have my fingers crossed that Religious Fervor is going to happen this game. I think it's going to happen. So, I don't know. We'll see how things work out. We are in what I would describe as a non-trivial amount of danger. But we're also powerful, and we're on the road to being even more powerful. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see whether Purple declares war on me or Pink, because they're definitely declaring war on somebody. And we'll see you then.